What's up guys, how's it going? Shahriyar Mustafiz here with Digital 2. I have another VFX breakdown. I mean, you should know by now because it's the thumbnail. Honestly, I've been enjoying these VFX breakdowns and I've been having a ton of fun working with Rustic Bodomov. And if you're here from that video, welcome. You're probably new around here. As you guys know by now, this is my third-ish time working with Rustic Bodomov. I'm recording this while working with him, so I don't know where we are in the schedule uploading new videos. Let me just zoom. So, as you guys know, this was a cyborg fight scene, and it was really cool. There's a lot of VFX involved in this one, a lot of moving parts that I was really excited to try on, like, for example, facial motion tracking, sky replacements, and a ton of other things. Now, as you guys know, with these VFX breakdowns, I tend to show you a side-by-side comparison between the original cut footage and the after with all the VFX and the goodness and whatnot. And you know what, before I keep rambling on, let's go and watch that. And after that, and then a little breakdown of one of the scenes. This time I had only have enough time to break down one. But if you are interested in any of the other VFX shots that was in this video, leave a comment below. I'll dedicate a whole entire video just to breaking down that effect and doing a tutorial possibly in the future. But that all depends on you commenting below. And chances are your comment will be featured in the next video. Now, without further ado, there are chapter markers in the description below and also on the timeline in the YouTube video. And you can skip around and reference those time points whenever you like. Also, special shout out to every single person that worked on this video, everyone from the camera to the talents, and of course especially MVP Rustic Bodomov, who actually did the sound design and cut this whole video, and all I did was just wave my magical VFX arm all over it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not used to sitting in front of a camera. Well, without further ado, let's get started.
Nowhere else to go. Then it ends here.
Now that we're done with the before and after part of the video, it's time to move on to one of the chosen effects that I've chosen for this video. Now, if you have been counting and if your eyes were keeping an eye out, I did mention that I did a sky replacement, and there was about, I believe, 13 to 15 effects, even hidden effects I've forgotten because it's been a while since I've seen the video myself, and I'm recording this on a later date. But I just wanted to take the time to go over this one effect, not this really cool teleporting effect that I was entirely inspired by the show Umbrella Academy on Netflix, where one of the characters teleport in, but I wanted to probably do that in the future, maybe when I have more time in between my other projects. And if you're interested, like I said earlier, leave a comment below. Now, when it comes to sky replacement, the original shot had no sky, it was blown out, and I believe the cameraman was trying to expose for the people on the floor, and that's what happens when you're on a production set. And you want to bring some visual interest back in by having a sky, but there's many ways to go wrong with a sky shot. Many people forget the direction of the lights of your sun and the clouds, or you're just going to end up with oversaturated backgrounds. So that way I do sky replacement is very subjective and it's different to each person. You can use the chroma key or green screen, aka green screen tool, to key out the blue in the sky and then just drag and drop a sky into the background. And let me just disable the bulge effect and whatnot we just added to the intro shot. And initially what I did was I duplicated the layer right here. I'm just gonna isolate this part right here. So right now we're looking, and set it to third quality. Right now we just got Tim on an empty background, and if you can see, there's some parallax. Now, what is parallax? Parallax is an effect whereby a position or the direction of an object appears different from when it's viewed from a different position through a viewfinder or a lens. We have Tim here in the foreground. Midground is our background of trees, and then the background would obviously be our sky. And obviously, we'd want to create movement. And if we were to just drag and drop the sky in with honestly nothing else but the clouds, we'd have really nothing, no visual contrast to look at, and it would just be flat. It would look out of place. And so what I did was, for the intro shot, I did a camera track. And if I was to isolate the original shot, because I duplicated both these shots, the main shot of Tim here on a back plate, and if I was to solo that, you can see that I subtly took out the black areas and kept in some of the blue. Now, this, once again, like I said, when it comes to sky replacement, it depends on your shot in general. You can have a blown out sky and very clean trees, but in this case, since everything's a little bit further away and working with this resolution, that was not possible. And so with the black, if I was to turn on transparency, there's a subtlety with the transparency, and you can see where the clouds have been drag and dropped in. So if I was to unsolo that and turn off the bottom layer, you need the bottom layer as the bottom mate to basically tie together everything. And I added in 3 different cloud materials, which I've obviously used Compton different 3 types of clouds, because you don't want to go with your just one cloud element. So here's the first one, here's the second one, and then the third one. And this sky right here is basically my tracking null. Now you can basically do a 3D camera track, which is what I did for the sparks in the beginning for my Blender comp, and I'll probably do a Blender tutorial on how to do energy effects like this. But I had already finished the shot initially when I was doing this shot for the Rustic, and then I realized that it's missing something, and that was obviously the clouds. Now, when you want to do you don't always have to do a 3D camera track, and that runs a whole entire algorithm. You'll see dots appear and whatnot. But for this one, a simple spot on the tree was just simple enough. All I did was basically go to animation, and then go to animation, track motion, and then just choose a point on, probably let's go with, like I said, one of these high contrast points on the tree. It seems to be in frame. Whenever you're tracking something, you generally want to keep something tracked that will honestly be there all the way throughout the shot. And I was initially going to choose this little stick pointing out of the ground. This little branch or root. And this, all you do is just to use the camera tracker here, and then make sure you already have a null setup. So I have a null setup. I was using this null, this flat red line here is usually the null shape that you have. And then I just analyze forward, give it a few seconds, go grab a sandwich. And it does take some time, even with my spec'd out video editing PC that I got here. And if I go back here, you can see that there has been generated spots. I just did this for a few frames as an example's sake. And what you do is just edit your target and export that out. And that's basically how I did the sky replacement for this shot. Now, there are, like I said, 15 other shots. If you guys are interested, let me know in the description below. What am I saying? Let me know in the comments below. And I usually respond to subscribed comments faster. And if you're interested, or if you want to request an effect, definitely hit me up on Twitter or on my Instagram. I'm always available. You can always DM me or just tweet out to me directly at Mustafiz Shah and say, hey, Shahriyar, I have this shot. How do you do this? I'd like to see you do a tutorial on it. And I'll feature your comment in the next video, probably, if I have time. Nevertheless, back to you, future Shahriyar. Well, that pretty much brings everything to a close and a wrap. Just want to thank everyone who tuned into this video. It means a lot that I get to collaborate and basically do my own thing. I'm still figuring out how to do these tutorial breakdown videos, and like I said earlier, definitely leave a comment below. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and nevertheless, I will see you guys in the next video. Be good people. See ya.